Hello, welcome everybody. Paradox Experience, Paradox 752 here. I wanted to touch base on something besides video games. I do thank everybody and anybody who watched all 6 parts of the game that I played, Circle of the Moon. Sorry. That's Castlevania game. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. That's where I'm getting the thing of. I'll do the Nightmare mode next week. I'll try it. I don't think I'll accomplish it, but I'll try it. We'll try it. But what I wanted to get into was WWE Crown Jewel, airing from Saudi Arabia, which they failed to even mention once that it was from Saudi Arabia. Not one time did they ever mention it, as if everybody else didn't know it was from Saudi Arabia, and we all knew, the whole world knew it was from Saudi Arabia. But I guess it was so controversial, they wanted to make sure just to at least semi-distance themselves from all that controversy. Needless to say, that pay-per-view it felt like it was going to be good. And it felt like it had the energy. I mean, the crowd was live. The crowd loved it. They ate it up. But it's just, some choices just seemed odd, or off, or ludicrous, or batshit crazy. But here, I have to use my phone because I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything and that I'm not misreading or whatever like that. But it's just a lot of things I just couldn't get to. I just couldn't gravitate to. We're gonna go with the first matchup, the pre-show matchup, which I don't even know why they had a pre-show, would be Nakamura versus Rusev. These two actually seem to complement each other, which is really good. Rusev being the babyface that he is now, and then Nakamura with his dirty deeds headbutting Rusev right into the the baby makers. It fit. I just actually thought Rusev was gonna win, and I really wanted Rusev to. I wanted a good title change right there, not just run of the mill. Oh, it felt like a house show kind of win. Like, oh, this is gonna happen, and the match was good. The Machika kick at the end, where everybody thought Rusev was gonna win. I swear there was a 3 count there. Didn't happen though. Not for Rusev this time. And no Lana. Everybody notices no Lana by his side. I guess because he's not allowed to come to the ring with Lana. Whatever their rules are in that government. Good match. I liked it very much. Then we came to the first match of the quarterfinal World Cup. Everybody's American. World Cup would be Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. This rekindled some kind of little small rivalry they had, and they went back and forth pretty good, and Rey Mysterio showed he still has it. Rey Mysterio, God bless that man and his knees, but he definitely still has it. I want to take one step back and then just mention Pyro. Oh God, do I miss Pyro. Pyro in entrances and like fireworks and all that stuff add so much to the element of it. And Randy Orton coming out to the pyro and everything like that, I was like, wow, it felt like more of a pay-per-view than our normal pay-per-views where we don't even get pyro anymore. It sucks, but it happens. Rey Mysterio won that match, which was really good, and the RKO right after fit perfectly. And then the beatdown, it just fit all perfectly with Randy Orton's character of just being a badass, not caring, and being embarrassed by losing. It was a good match. I'd grade it like probably maybe good, I guess C. C would be good. Great. Awesome would be A, I guess. We'll do it like that. The Miz versus Jeff Hardy caught me off guard because I wanted the Miz to actually kind of win. And here's why. I wanted the Miz to win this whole thing because he's such an asshole that he would bring this win up every single time he had a chance to the audience. Anytime he did an interview, I was the winner of the World Cup, I am the best in the world. He would bring it up every single time. And he beat Jeff Hardy in a very good back and forth match. He reversed the twist of fate into his skull crushing finale move and just got the pin. The skull crushing that finale must be like a protected move, because I swear, you get hit once and that's it. You're done, apparently. But good match. I give that definitely actually a B. I was entertained. I was so shocked by the result of it. Now then you have Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley. A great display by both men. I'll say that. Seth Rollins really showed that he could still take on big men, which means, in my point of view, Seth Rollins should be able to take on people like Brock Lesnar or even Braun Strowman, because he took Bobby Lashley to his limit and still was able to hit the curb stomp to win the match. They had good chemistry. It was a good back and forth exchange. Rollins can work with anybody. This guy's a workhorse. And the Burn It Down, the crown for Burn It Down, the imagery was really good. I really liked it. I'm really glad, though, that they did not give Leo Rush a mic. That would have ruined everything. I probably would have turned it off right there. Leo Rush is annoying. He's a good manager to have pair with Bobby Lashley, because he has no kind of real charisma. Can't really talk. But he's super annoying, and I'm so glad they didn't give him a mic with that. Seth Rollins, though, for the win, awesome choice, great choice. I'm giving that probably, I was going to say him a B for that. Nakamura versus Rusev, did I give a grade for that? Probably a C, B, because of the result, almost, actually. Then you had Dolph Ziggler versus Kurt Angle. Let me reiterate that. Dolph Ziggler versus Kurt Angle. Kurt looks great. He's going to be turning 50, I think, by next month, which is amazing. This man can still go. German suplexes, angle slams, he can still keep going. This man still has a lot of gas in the tank, unlike some other competitors later on in this pay-per-view. We're going to hold off on that in a second. But the simple fact that I did not like that McIntyre didn't even try. He kind of interfered. He kind of came in and distracted Kurt Angle through the pin, which I thought maybe he should break up a pin instead. That would have worked a lot better. Angle, on the other hand, I think he should have won. You have the man come out, not out of retirement, but you have him come out and then trying to actually prove that he's still the best in the world. And I think, honestly, he probably still is. But he just lost to a simple zigzag. That was it. Not even a super kick, not even actually one zigzag, done. It felt so rushed, and it didn't fit with everything. Not even the narrative of how everything went. It just felt rushed and forced almost, that he should have lost. He definitely should have won. The crowd was eating it up, and he got the great pyro intro and everything like that. He felt like he was on game, and they just said, no, we're just going to take that away from you. So that was the quarterfinals. We're going to go to the tag team match of The Bar versus The New Day. I have no qualms with The Bar. I have no qualms with The New Day. These two guys are great wrestlers. They're great tag teams. It just feels like we've seen this so many times. And they're adding Big Show into it. That's fine. Big Show's 30th heel face turn, whatever. The Bar won because Big Show intervened, hit the laziest KO punch. It just went laziest KO punch I've ever seen in my life, and they got the win after a bro kick. I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel the matchup. It didn't feel like one of their actually more energetic matchups that they usually have. I mean, the crowd seemed almost not into it. The Bar is actually pretty over. They're good. I mean, I appreciate all the work ethic of all the competitors. It just felt like they phoning it in almost. And it didn't feel like their top grade kind of stuff. Entertaining, yes, but not their top grade stuff again. So maybe I'll give that maybe a C+, B-. I don't want to do plus and minuses, but hey, let's just go in the gray area right there. We move on The Miz versus Rey Mysterio. This is actually cool because The Miz was trying to sell that he had sore throat from the prior match. Rey Mysterio had his ribs kind of messed up or whatever like that. They actually meshed pretty well. And then the Mysterio kicking out of the Skull Crusher finale caught me by surprise. I was like, whoa, that seems like a protected move. Finisher. And he actually kicked out. But where Mysterio went wrong is high risk, high reward, or high failure. You go to the top one too many often, and what happens? You lose. The Miz got the knees up, roll up, pin. Great match. These two actually, they actually do well together. So Mysterio versus The Miz, that could be, you could sell that as an actual feud because The Miz can do a great promo. Mysterio has so much, he has so much charisma, and he could cut a good promo with a lot of heart if needed. So that's a good matchup. I think B plus on that one. I like that matchup. Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins. Didn't we see this before? A bunch of times? Wait, how many times has it been now? Barring house shows. 5, 6, 7 times? Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler, over and over again? I mean, yeah, we get it. They're good rivals. The rivalry goes back to probably when Seth Rollins actually hit the stage as part of the Shield, but let me just dive into it. The matchup was good. There was nothing lacking in the matchup. They went back and forth. They hit finishers left and right. It seemed like the crowd wasn't into it, and it started dying off. And because they kept fighting so much before, it just added less to this. And yes, there was a big feud with Braun Strowman, McIntyre, Ziggler versus the Shield, but it just is too much. Too much is literally too much. You need to stop. You know, if it worked before, okay, you know, try something else at least, but not the same thing, not the same formula over and over and over again. It's a little ridiculous. They hit some great spots. They hit some amazing things. Rollins, again, proving he's a workhorse, proving he's amazing, proving he should be top face and no one else. But we didn't get that. What we got was interference from McIntyre, tossing Rollins off, super kick, and then a 1, 2, 3 later. Definitely a solid B plus. These guys worked their asses off to do this, and it was appreciated and it was good. The WWE Championship match. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joey yet again. Having this matchup yet again just proved, and it was last second matchup because Daniel Bryan refused to go to Saudi Arabia. This shows that it was just not happening. Like, they did not want to do this. They didn't want to see it. They weren't going to pull the trigger on Joe. No matter what you thought, if you watched it, they were not pulling the trigger on Joe. Joe seemed like he was good. He was semi-dominant, but AJ Styles just cut him off at every single point and made Joe look like he didn't even belong there. This is not one of their best matchups. This is probably one of the worst matchups that I've ever seen, because it just didn't feel like it had the energy or the heart or the anger or the hatred. They aired a video package before it, and it just felt like, well, I don't care. You know, I mean, I cared about it, but then it's like I don't care now, because it just felt like they phoned it in. It was probably the worst Phenomenal Forum I've seen. Still amazing to see, but still, it just felt lacking. The whole thing felt lacking. Like, they knew, all right, we're doing this by the numbers. Let's just get it over with. All right, pin 1, 2, 3, let's go. What? No. Let's come up to the BS of the course. The Universal, Intercontinental, Intergalactic, Planetary Danger title, the Raw title, the Fruit Roll-Up title, as I like to call it. Strowman versus Brock. Now, you had Corbin out of nowhere attack Braun Strowman for whatever reason. And then Brock Lesnar just F5, 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 F5. You get an F5. You get, well, not you get an F5. Everybody. Just constantly just F5s. No other moves. Just F5, F5 out of the ring, F5 when you get back. This was the epitome of getting paid 1, 2, 3 and pissing off probably everybody watching. You made Braun Strowman look like this beast, this monster among men. Look like, I mean, he kept getting up from the F5. Yeah, that's cool. And he survived a headshot from the title with the F5 and all that other stuff. F5 out of the ring. Probably would have killed somebody. But it just, like, Braun can put on good matches. We've seen him put on good matches. He put on a good match with Big Show, for God's sakes. That kip up and everything like that, that was great. They decided, no, we're going to go with Brock. And I'm pretty sure it has to do with this UFC crap where he's going to fight again and they just want the strap on him. They just want the advertisement. So they're not listening to the fans. Braun is being cheered. Braun, people like Braun. He's destructive. He's a monster. He's ridiculous. The dude is 6 foot, what, 6, 7? 385 pounds. He's a beast. But yet, the beast incarnate has to get paid. And he's not going to get paid unless he has a title. So, to stick it to the fans, F5s all around, and then just a pin. I think Braun got like 2 hits in. Terrible. You built him up. In house shows, Braun actually fought McIntyre and Ziggler in handicap matches and won against them. Think about that. Like, you have McIntyre, the Monster Hunter, and Ziggler, one of the best competitors in the world, losing to Braun Strowman in a handicap match. And yet, he just can't do jack crap with Brock Lesnar. It's like they just, oh, here, Brock, I'm sorry about that. Here's everything on a silver platter. May we fondle your nether regions while we're at it. Like, that's exactly what it is, and it's terrible. F D+, because you added some intrigue when he got up from all those F5s. Still terrible. I'm just reading from the thing just to make sure I'm like on point. Oh, the World Cup final.